But I was obviously really worried when I first started that patients might see themselves or complain. But I've actually not had any complaints. Interestingly, the only complaints I've ever had from patients have been for not including their stories in my book.
I'm sure that's true. I mean, that's nearly always the case. I think in comedy, it's nearly always that people want to be think that they're funny and think that their story's interesting enough, funny enough to be in a book, and then being disappointed to find out they're not as funny as they thought they were. But yeah, but it's you do obviously it's such a fine line to tread to get that right, to make it sound, I can really understand how you've done it, and I can understand how the kernel of truth is in all of those stories. I mean, they feel like completely true, I have to say. So then you have to go,
Oh,
well,
good.
you must have changed at least some detail of their job or their name to make it sort of anonymous enough.
Yeah, it's funny what you say though about some people's stories aren't as funny as they think, or because one occupational hazard of having written a book, I suppose, is that when I do like these read throughs for working out for the book tour, afterwards during like the book signing or whatever, it's kind of they'll say nice things like their book really helped them, but then every now and then someone will say, "I've got one for you." And then and then the jokes are usually always like, I mean, some of them are okay, but most of them are just obviously unusable, or in some cases just so inappropriate that like
Yes.
you would be struck off the medical register. This surgeon said to me once, he said, "I've got one for you," and then he told me about. He was like, yeah, he told me how he was like doing a prostate exam on someone, and he'd warned the guy beforehand, like a side effect of a finger up the bottom can be an unwanted erection. Apparently, the patient said to him, "Oh, I don't think that'll happen for me." And that's when this surgeon apparently quipped, "I'm not talking about you." And then
Oh, God.
and then he goes to me, "You can have that one if you want." I was like, "I think I'll probably keep my fitness to practice, thanks."